Hey everybody, it's Dr. T. Let's talk. Facing Our Fears February. Number 2. Do you remember what number 1 was? The first thing we have to do to face our fears is to name it. We talked about that in our last video. The second thing you have to do is face it. We're going to talk about that today. The third thing is release it. And the fourth thing is don't pick it back up again. We're ending with that because that's where many people fall down. But today's topic, face it. So we have, hopefully you spent the last week or so identifying a fear, naming it, deciding that this is the year that you're going to reclaim, reframe, and renew around whatever this fear is, and shaping some time this year on addressing that one issue that you want to improve about yourself. Like, our goal is to have a better us, right? A better you, a better me, a better us, a better world. So I hope you have spent the time naming and identifying a fear. So today we're going to face it. We're going to talk about how you face it. Once you have identified that fear, sometimes the scariest part is not knowing what demon you're up against, right? So having named our fear, having identified our fear, now the first thing we're going to do is look ourselves in the mirror and admit that this thing is true. The thing that we've been dreading, the thing that we are afraid of, admit it's true. That's the worst thing that can happen, right? We're afraid of things being true. So let's look ourselves in the mirror and say, okay, this thing is true. I need to fix this about me. I need to address this about me. We're going to embrace it. We're going to own it if it's ours to own. And maybe it's something that we have taken on from someone else and we can't really control it, right? So then we have to reject it, but we have to own our part in letting that be a part of our lives. So the first thing we have to do is look ourselves in the mirror, just acknowledge that this is real, this is here, and this is true to us. Doesn't mean that fear is true, but it's true to us in our lives at this moment in time. Then we're going to embrace it. We're going to own what belongs to us. We're going to take control of what we can control. And then we're going to be willing to not take responsibility for the things that are not ours. Sometimes a fear of rejection is about the other person, right? It's about how they make us feel, how they treat us. We can control our feelings, but we can't control their behavior. So we cannot be walking around in fear of what someone else may do to us. We can only control how we respond when something does happen to us. But we could spend a whole lot of time, and I know you guys are going to tell me this is true. We could spend a whole lot of time worrying about something that could never actually happen. And so this is where learning to face our fears, look ourselves in the mirror, admit that this is what we got to deal with. This is it. Embrace it. Own what is yours and leave the rest behind. Control what you can control, which is your response, your reactions, and your behaviors. Nothing else. Control what you can control. And those are the steps that we need to face our fears. So we named it and we faced it, and we're going to keep moving through this series the next time we talk. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook or YouTube. And until next time, reclaim, reframe, renew to a better you. I'm Dr. T.